So yeah, we're selling the Pursuit. A lot of good times in that boat this year. I mean, unbelievable season of fishing, tournament fishing, fun fishing. It's been some really cool places. It's been in some really big water, and it's brought me a ton of happiness, and I can't wait to start a new journey in my new pursuit. All about that hashtag pursuit of happiness, and it's because of that boat that I had an awesome 2018. With that being said, there's a few things that I love about this boat that I want to go over with you before I go say my final goodbyes to her. So let's go over some of those things. The first thing I love is the Freedom Tracks. The Freedom Tracks on that boat are unbelievably useful. You could literally set that boat up however you want. I mean, you could put rod mounts anywhere. You could put any accessory that's track mountable on that boat wherever you wanted, because those Freedom Tracks go the entire length of the boat. And those were totally useful for a lot of applications. From tying down my crate in the back with tie-down straps, to mounting my camera boom in certain places, and then figuring out where to put my second camera. All those Freedom Tracks are totally useful. Mounting your fish finder, the foot pegs, things like that are just so much easier to maneuver and place where you want because there's Freedom Tracks the entire length of the boat. Super awesome feature of the Pursuit that I love. Another thing I loved about this boat was the seat. So when I think about kayak seats, a lot of people don't think about comfort, but I rate them. I rate them by the amount of time that you're comfortable spending in that seat. So I have a 6-hour rating, an 8 to 10 hour rating, and then an all-day seat. This seat definitely fits in that all-day seat category. I spent 12 to 15 hours in that boat sometimes, barely standing because of some of the water that I was on, but never really got tired of sitting. My butt never really fell asleep because, you could stretch your legs out with all that open space. So you could still maneuver yourself and still kind of figure out a way to, make sure you're not getting uncomfortable in that boat because of all the space that you have. So yeah, another feature that I loved was the seat. So definitely a plus for that boat. So the Freedom Tracks and the seat were definitely stuff to highlight. Another thing to highlight is the stability. That boat's stability was bar none. I mean, I've been in just about every kayak on the market, and for some reason, that boat just felt unbelievably rock solid on the water. Standing, sitting, big water, little water, moving water, it was stable in every circumstance I put it in. Can't complain about that. So yeah, the seat, the Freedom Tracks, and the stability, bar none, some of the best things about this kayak and what make it one of the best kayaks on the market. Let's go over some more. Another thing I really liked about this boat was the speed. This boat paddled unbelievably well through the water. Again, big water, little water, moving water. It didn't matter what type of body of water I was in. This boat was easy to paddle. It was really good at tracking. And I kept up with every single pedal boat on the market when I was paddling. You can't really ask for more in a paddle kayak. The seat, the Freedom Tracks, the stability, and the speed. Those 4 things are all points that Nu Nucanoe likes to make about the Pursuit. And a lot of companies make these points about their kayaks, and sometimes they don't really meet the expectations of the customer, but this one meets and exceeds every single one. And I'm not just saying that because I'm on the Nu Nucanoe team, but it's truly an exemplary kayak for everything that they're highlighting. And I honestly don't think you can get better in a non-pedal kayak. As far as paddle kayaks go, I think the Nu Nucanoe Pursuit is the #1 paddle boat on the market. For me, that's important. We'll talk about that another time. For me, it is the #1 boat on the market as far as paddling goes. Now, with the introduction of the H2O, phone's ringing. So what I was saying before was that Nu Nucanoe truly makes a product that they can stand behind every claim that they make, because it's all true. Which, there's a lot of times where you can't say that about other products. Not just in the fishing world, I'm saying totally in general. Every claim they make about the Pursuit is fact. And I was honestly surprised in the beginning of how much I fell in love with this kayak right away. I wasn't skeptical. I wasn't necessarily, trying to debunk anything, but I fell in love with this kayak so much, so quickly, that I don't see myself in another boat ever again. Now, with that being said, a lot of people don't understand the hype around Nu Nucanoe, and it's because you've never been in one. So if you want to be in one, get in touch with me, and I'll put you in any of the models, the Flint, Frontier 10, Frontier 12, or the Pursuit. And then you'll see what I'm talking about. All of the boats are unbelievably crafted, all made in America, and they're all fantastic. So just give it a shot and you'll be surprised. Anyways, I think what I'm gonna do next is show you some of my favorite clips out of my Pursuit from this past season, so you could see and get a feel for the things I was talking about. Here we go. This one's bigger. Oh, he's big. Holy shit. Do not throw the hook.
Ryan Little.
So hard for this week. And for that to happen in the last, I don't know, 20 minutes of me fishing in Louisiana before I go home. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. The new owner of my Pursuit is here. Bittersweet. She's gone. But she's going to a great home, and I'll probably get to see her again, which is good. But that's okay. We're moving into a new boat. Not a new boat, but a new as in I've never used this one before. So stay tuned. It's been a couple weeks since, the last few clips of this video. So I sold my kayak in the beginning of February, like February 9th or 10th, to a great guy, Kyle. Thanks for picking it up. He also picked up a Frontier, which can't complain about that either. He's helping me and Nu Nucanoe out, so that's a good thing. The other thing he's doing for me is he actually picked my boat up for me, my new one. And I'm on my way to pick it up at his place because he's keeping it there for now. And it's about an hour drive instead of about the 2.5 hour drive to the shop that it got delivered to. So, yeah, so we're gonna go pick it up now. We're also gonna see Kyle and check out his new Frontier while we're at it. But yeah, we're gonna do that. You gotta pay attention to the directions. All right, so we're on the turnpike heading there. I hope you enjoyed some of those clips. I really enjoyed my first Pursuit, and I hope you guys enjoyed those clips that I just showed you. And yeah, let's go get this new kayak. Here we go. I think we're ready for the big reveal. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. There you go. There it is, the brand new Nu Nucanoe Pursuit. I'm really excited to get this boat on the water. It's not completely set up yet. Still waiting on fish finder, accessories, things like that to get that mounted and going. But I think it's pretty much where I want it to be other than that. Really simple, really open, and that's the way I like to keep it, because I like to have everything in front of me. That's important, and not all this extra mumbo jumbo, and I think it's really a benefit of this boat having that wide open situation up front. And yeah, let's go through what I've done with the boat so far. So one of the first things I added was the dashboard right here that you're actually sitting on. There should be some crispy B-roll right here. But yeah, I added the dashboard because I wanted to add more accessories to it this year. I had my fish finder and a camera there last year on those 2 Freedom Track mounts in the front, but I want to do better. I have a larger fish finder this year, so I'm gonna need more support for that, as well as I want to use a different camera mount in the front, so that way I'm getting more angles for you guys, and I think I'm going to be able to achieve that with something like the dashboard. You know, if I don't like it, I can always take it off, and that's the beauty of the Freedom Tracks, is that everything's removable, and that's why I love it. So yeah, different camera mount, and I'm also going to use a larger fish finder, and that's going to allow me, you know, to do different things on the water that I'm really looking forward to, like side imaging. So yeah, that's one of the reasons why I added the dashboard XL to the front of this Nu Canoe Pursuit. Another piece that I added was the foot pegs. I think the foot pegs were really beneficial last year. You know, it doesn't leave you much room to use the rod holders if you mount them the way I do. You can mount them the opposite way. I just think my feet fit better with them facing outwards. Here's some juicy B-roll of those right now. And I think that it's really beneficial to your paddle stroke and your paddle style. And you know, that's the thing, I paddle this boat. I paddle it far, I paddle it fast, and having a strong stroke is really important to getting that efficient paddler stroke, and having, you know, being able to brace yourself and adjust your core as needed with those foot pegs is huge. So the foot pegs were an easy addition. One of the last things I did was I adjusted the seat height. I put it to its maximum height for the custom Pinnacle seat. That I think it's like 2.5 or 3 inch lift to the seat. I want that highest position possible, just because I want to be able to stand easily, and I also like that, you know, elevated position to be able to see things on the water. So yeah, there's many ways to configure that seat, but that's just the way that I picked to do it. That's what makes these boats so great, is that you can customize them to the way that you fish, or whatever you want to do. So here's some B-roll of the seat. There you have it, folks. A quick little introduction to my new Nu Canoe Pursuit. Thanks to everyone who helped me get it. Kyle, you especially. 5 Mountain Outfitters, great shop in Chick-Shinny, PA. They're moving locations to a really interesting and cool location. They're actually moving into a church. So I'm anxious to get up there and see the shop. Like I said, I really appreciate Kyle. You helped me out, get this boat to me, and make my trip to there a little bit easier. So yeah, thanks a lot, but we'll be on the water soon, don't you worry. If you liked it, smash the like button. If you didn't, you can crunch the dislike. Whatever, subscribe. Thanks. Anyways, I'll see you guys on the water.